Today is November the 22nd, 2020. This is Mr. Abundance. I think I have USA time on my computer actually, and so I may have scheduled the broadcast 1 hour ahead or behind time. So actually, it's supposed to be 6 p.m. now in London because it's now 7 p.m. West Central African time. But my computer is telling me it's after 1 o'clock, which means that is um, Eastern Central Time. I'm still carrying on my computer. But nonetheless, I want to welcome each and every one of you to today's forum. It was Zig Ziglar that once said, um, "You are, you are what you are and where you are because of what would have gone through your mind." But he says that you can change who you are and what you are by what you now allow to enter your mind, is exactly what I was saying this morning, that you become what you think, and whatever you dwell on the longest becomes the strongest. Whatever you dwell on the longest becomes the strongest. And so be careful of your default menu. And so I want to welcome each and every one of you to this edition of Abundance TAC as we go uphill. Welcome. And I also did my personal development. So let's see how we can bring this um, to this presentation within the hour. I mentioned about the fourth industrial revolution, and I am going there to come back because a lot of us need to understand, especially our newbies that would have joined us, and this is especially for them, so that they can have an appreciation for what TAC will be able to do for themselves and for their children's children. I want you to understand that every customer that Ethereum, Litecoin, Bitcoin, any person that now cashes out those currencies, when TAP goes live on the exchange, they are all our customers. We don't have to look any customer because you will be able to interact with all the coins. And may I say to you, with the anticipation of governments coming on board where TAC is concerned, TAC will be what the US dollar is today, the global cryptocurrency. And so before we get to what is talk about where we were and what fueled the economies then, because some of us forget that the world did not start in 2019. A lot of us are behaving as if we just everything were as it were as it is now. We came from somewhere. It wasn't always like this. And so there are there are three well, basically in industrial revolution, there are three reasons why today the transformation represent, not merely a prolongation of the third industrial revolution, but rather the arrival of the fourth. And so, where did we start in terms of the technology? Now, you have the first in water and steam power to mechanize production. Those locomotives, that's how production were fuel, steam power. The second we saw what? The use of electrical power to create mass production, the use of electronics and information technology to automate production. Here we are in the fourth industrial that is actually building on the third, because we're still in the informatic world, but we are now building the fourth industrial revolution on the third, the digital revolution, the Internet of Things, artificial intelligence, blockchain technology, cryptocurrency. Welcome to the blue economy. And so that is where we are. And blockchain will create a revolution that this world has never seen. And that is why you are now invited to take this opportunity very, very seriously. Now we're talking about, I spoke about the evolution, blockchain. Now we're looking at money, the evolution of money. And how did it, I think I'm having a static delay somehow. And you know how some of us know how money started now. The bartering system come down to, of course, that did not go well in terms of you having, your shoes. You want to buy bread or grocery. If I don't need your shoe, then how are you going to eat? Except you go and farm. So that in itself created some challenge. And, down to the ages of refinement, of trying to standardize how, goods and services can be traded, because everything is traded now. And then they identify things like salt and shells and, cows, down to metal, silver, gold, diamond. Here we have money, coins. From money, we have what? Checks. And so I remember not too long ago, you couldn't even wire money. Not too long ago, for you to send money to someone overseas, you have to send it to registered mail. And so when a registered slip comes to your house, you know that it is money. It's like a draft. It's either there's cash in there or there is a postal draft, because you could go to the post and you could buy a draft, because there was no system to wire money. Today, wire goes electronically, cashless. You have your credit and debit card. You don't need money today. You don't. And so it's not going to stop there. Now we are on to digital. This is the digital world. And so this is where blockchain and cryptocurrency comes in, which will be the greatest transformation of wealth that this world will ever see. Now let's look at. I'm freezing here now, and this is the okay. Now I'm on to a blockchain, and I'm trying to do this very very swiftly. And so, what is blockchain? Blockchain is actually a system of recording information. That's what it is now. Blockchain in information. However, it makes it very difficult or impossible to change, even hacked, or even cheat the system. So blockchain makes transaction more secure. There is 60 to 70% of the network that is distributed across the globe. And as these cryptographic transactions are made on the open ledger, they create blocks upon blocks that interacts with each other. And that is why each new block has to be verified by the old block. So a blockchain is essentially a digital ledger. It is a digital ledger of transaction that is duplicated and distributed across an entire network of computer system on the blockchain. And of course, each block in the chain contains a number multiple participants is known as distributed ledger. And so that is what blockchain technology. And of course, you have blockchain today can be used for so many things. And that is why a lot of companies now are finding it very efficient, and even government are now find it very convenient to have blockchain technology. Now, as a result of blockchain, we now have what? Cryptocurrency. We now have cryptocurrency. Now, what is cryptocurrency? Cryptocurrency is basically a digital or virtual currency that is secured by cryptography, which again makes it nearly impossible to counterfeit or to double spend. And many of these cryptocurrencies are also on a decentralized network, just like TACC, just like Bitcoin, just like Ethereum. We are all decentralized currency. Now, there's a difference between government digital issued currency and cryptocurrency. So when you hear, for example, Bahamas digitalizing their currency and it's called the Sand Dollar. When you hear about the ECCB, which is the Eastern Caribbean Central Bank, that responsible for Antigua, um, digitalizing the EC currency. dollar in here. Anyhow, all right. So let's look at TAC, present roadmap and government involvement. You know that the way how things are shaping up by February of next year, we should have at least three governments. It could be more. It could be more. But TAC roadmap started um, November 4th of last year when we were in the foundation, when we start to, I think my internet, I would not, okay, let me stop that. My internet will not support that, and I don't want to crash tonight. The internet here is very weak. And so let me just stay still before I create a disaster. And so we're still in the second round. And so a person should know that we should, what we did, at one time we paused for 2 weeks globally, and then we had, were given back. So we didn't lose them. We add them back to the second round. So many people thought that we extended at that time. No, it wasn't an extension because we actually stopped the clock and no activities were happening. The only extension that we had is basically what when we said, all right, let's extend to give government an opportunity. And that is what is now happening. A matter of fact, there were even suggestion to extend again. And I said, well, let's work with those government that comes in and just hope that our people will understand that this is serious. And so when I say to you that one government is in, it means then that person should ensure that everybody gets in, because once this coin goes on, and by the way, the announcement that I'm going to make, and when I make it, is for you, is an indication for you to speed up, because I will not be able to hold this coin where it is forever. I've been saying it. I have a level of control now, but I will not have that luxury very, very soon. And of course, I am already engaged with different leaders around the continent, the Caribbean, Central America, Asia. I am in direct contact with officials from different governments who have interest in TAC. I will not say at this time exactly who's first, who's second, who's third. But my meeting for the entire month of December will be mostly dealing with governments. From the end of this month to December, will be dealing, my attention will be focusing strictly on government, so that they understand what we're doing and how it can leave a legacy for those who are now in charge of the economy. This is not a coin to get the rich richer. They can be made, is a coin that every government should now allow their citizens to buy. But you have some governments who know about TAC, but will choose to look on the other side, like if they're doing themselves a favor. It will turn around to haunt them. I can tell you, it will turn around to haunt them. And by the time that they're ready, just like Bitcoin now, the US Congress will tell you they tried to kill Bitcoin. They tried all their best and they could not. Do you think they're going to kill TACC? Do you think that? Let them try it. And so it's best if they come in through the front door of TACC rather than to go to the back door. And so we are looking at next year for many countries to fall in line. Those that I have already been in contact with, I told you that there are already parliamentary committees that have set up that are now discussing TACC. Let's see. Yeah. All right. All right. I'm having some issues there with the internet, and I knew that I was going to have some issues. All right. So let me quickly wrap this up. So as I said, folks, get this. This is no joke. We have already a bank in the U.S. in Wyoming. We have already the authorities in the United States that basically give all central banks the green light to give and render service to everyone that holds cryptocurrency. We have already Papua New Guinea that are putting legislation in place. All the states in America are now doing it. In Europe, they're now doing it. In the Caribbean, my country is already first that are doing it. The central bank, they're all digitalizing the currency. And so this technology is not going anywhere. And for those of you who are here, I urge you to get on board. All right, so let's go down to the question and answer it very quickly before my internet fails me. Good evening, Mr. Abundance from Abuja. Eric, thank you very much, sir. I actually met you at one of our meetings. Thank you for seeing the vision intact. Oracles of Bantu people. Greetings, Mr. Abundance. Thank you very much. Greetings. Good evening, Mr. Abundance, my boss. This is Stephen. You know, Stephen, I will be in Ghana. I will be in Ghana this week. This might come as a shock to you. Mr. Abundance will be in Ghana. Hey. How are you, Mr. Abundance? I am excellent. Esther Joseph. Good evening, my able leader. Well done, sir. We appreciate your effort. Thank you very much. Zubu coordinator. Thank you very much, Madam Esther. And Mr. Abundance, appreciate all of you. I know that some of you still do not understand Mr. Abundance. Mr. Abundance do not like fanfare. I am not your governors. I am not your senators. I am not those who, before you see them, you see an entourage. Mr. Abundance is not in for that. I'm a very simple and plain and expect the unexpected. I've been saying that from day one. Not expect the norm from Mr. Abundance. I do not fit the way how your politicians behave. I don't. So don't expect that. Now, not only politician leaders, because you give them a position, they will kill you. Good evening, Mr. Abundance, and all the TACIANs in the house. Blessing Goodwin from Kaduna. Okay, thank you very much. Patience. Goodwin. And thanks, for all those folks up there in Kaduna. Thank you very much. I really enjoyed myself. What it was last week. Uh, Okano, good afternoon. Life-changing moment. TAC is going uphill. Thank you very much. And I believe that's from Antigua there. My internet is not too well. Watching from the UK, Grace. Thank you very much, Grace. Hello, Mr. Bond. Good evening. Nice to see you. This is Maria from Angola, living in Portugal. Maria. Thank you very much, Maria. Yes, Antigua, you know. Joel Carr, blessed greetings to the house of TACIANs and our esteemed leader, Chief Abundant. I should be in my chief clothes now. I should be in my chief attire. We love you so much, Chief Abundance. Greetings to the house of the TACIAN. Thank you very much, sir. This mission is a mission that will change the life of all of us. As it is now, your governments do not have the answer. They may not say it to you, but you know it. The economic. I mean, my prime minister says the other day that he don't have money to fix road, and that is the truth. We had a lot of flood that damaged the road, and he said, we don't have money to fix road. But they don't have money to fix road because of, may I say, ignorance. My prime minister could have had all the money in the world today had he recognized his own and what his own created. But rather, they are promoting the coins of our slave masters. They don't have enough money to give the government to fix road. If he had the wisdom and the understanding, if he really want to help Antigua economy, Antigua today, because I wrote him since February of this year, give him an opportunity as my prime minister to really put Antigua, as he say, as a powerhouse. But it seems to me it is a lie. A powerhouse for them, not for the people. A powerhouse for the grandson of our slave masters. And so what is happening now? We have been slaved in chains, and now they're bringing them back in a new economy, digital economy, that everyone in Antigua can become a millionaire. But no, they will control who become with their slave masters. That's what it is. But they will fall under their own weight. They will fall under their own weight. Hello to the house of TACIAN. Well done, Sir Chief Abundance. You're welcome. Hello, community of TACIAN. Greeting from Hassan. Thank you very much. Hassan, yes. I have met all you guys. N4. Dudune. Good evening, Mr. Abundance and the House of TACIAN from France. Thank you very much, leader. You have been consistent with the French countries by giving them your support, to Mali, to Togo, to Cameroon, to the DRC. I know your work, sir. And you are a meaningful specific. And so we appreciate you in TAC and all those leaders, even Burundi. Goodwin Daniel. Good evening, sir. Good evening, Mr. Daniel. Yes, the network is bad from your end. Yes, I know. Even though I went and buy personal internet. Good evening to everyone in the house. Well done, Chief Abundance. Thank you very much. Edward Anthony. Good evening, Mr. Abundance and entire community of TACIAN. Thank you, Ambassador. I can't listen, Ambassador has played his role. May I say to you, that Ambassador, he makes sure that he visit Mr. Abundance every day. And so I appreciate him. I appreciate Paul. Make sure that I get around in Abuja and all the other leaders, Engineer Ade, for organizing themselves. Professor, I appreciate all of you who have made Mr. Abundance experience here a good one. Good evening, good afternoon, morning to all the TACIANs. Yes. Okay, we have Underfe Akpen. I think this is Paul here. Good evening, my leader and mentor, the Moses of our time. I think this is Paul here. Good evening, Mr. Abundance and fellow TACIAN in the house. TAC is going up here. That is our national executive coordinator down there in South Africa. And Mary Smith, good evening, Mr. Abundance. Welcome back. What you know best on your Sunday audio. Madam Anne Marie, thank you very much. They have taken good care of Mr. Abundance in London. Bishop Godswill, our executive director for West Africa. Good evening, Mr. Abundance and entire family of TACIAN. It is a good news that TAC is taking over crypto space. Congratulations all. Thank you very much, sir. Good evening, Mr. Abundance and the TACIANs in the community. It's been a while. Miss seeing you on Sunday talk. TAC all the way the UK. Oh, Chrissy, thank you very much. I don't know. Yeah, did you ever give me that mixture for that punch, the recipe? I'm not too sure, but it was good. Greetings, TACIANs and Mr. Abundance, Nabuntu, Sisenga, South Africa. Thank you very much. And South Africa, Mr. Abundance is coming down, but I do not know the date as yet. I promise Bishop Joshua Maponga that I'm coming down. I promise our regional director and Nasafo, and of course our corporate director of events. When I get the date, I will let you know. As it is now, I am still dealing with West Africa, and as I said, that there are several presidents that I will be meeting along my way down to South Africa. So give me a little time. As soon as I see my way clear, I will let you know. But South Africa, a matter of fact, my ticket has already been bought for South Africa, but that date might even change, and that is why I can't even say to you what that date is as it is now, because it might change in a week or so, but tentatively it's there. So I just want to thank all of you there. Oh, I didn't say that, did I? Good evening, Mr. Abundance and House of TACIAN. Macabello from Lesotho. Thank you very much, Lesotho. Good evening, Chief and the House of TACIAN. Good evening. Good evening, ours, Joy for Madam Joy, thank you very much. I was just saying that I can't give a time yet, but as soon as I can, I will definitely. And I saw some information coming in from you and from others. We will all do it. TAC has to. We don't even have a choice anymore. This is not a get-rich-quick scheme. We need to understand that going against TAC, you're going against your sons and daughters' future. Anyone who fight against TAC, they fight against their own prosperity. They will fight against their own health. They will fight against their own freedom. They will fight against their own prosperity. Anyone who fight against TAC, especially people of color, you are not doing yourself a favor. You're not doing yourself a favor. Look at where you are now. Look at where you came from. Look at what the pandemic has done to you and your family and friends and your country. I want you to look at the state of affair. This is what was handed to us. The system that the elites and the financial system created for us. Is it really benefiting us? After all that you have worked for, Jolly Beach Hotel has been closed from since when? February, March of this year. All those people who would have worked there that I have hired a lot of them that were still working at that place over 20 years ago. And they would have worked looking for retirement and a good pension. Look at it today. Even though they get the severance pay, it would have wiped out already. They would have wiped out their severance pay, wiped out their savings. Is this the economy we want to pass to the next generation? I'm asking you the question now. And what is it that you're running after now? What is it that what hype, what opportunity now that you're running after that you think will give you generational wealth, that will bury our long-term problem? Because TACC is not here to solve any short-term problem. You cannot solve long-term problems with short-term solutions. You have to go long-term, do long-term solution for long-term problem. That is what TACC is about. And as I said this week, when TACC goes live on the exchange, and I'm saying it again, when TACC goes live on the exchange, it's now at 50 cents. Right now, it is cheap. When TACC goes to $5, $50, $100, $1,000 US, 10,000 US, 50,000 US a coin. You know what is going to happen to a lot of you who are saying that TACC is a scam? They will use all kind of programs claiming that they're affiliated to TACC, and they will scam you. They will scam you. Just like what they do with Bitcoins today. A lot of people would have said, I can't do this Bitcoin. Bitcoin scam me of millions. Bitcoin never scammed anyone. Bitcoin cannot scam you. Bitcoin is just like your currency in your country, but only in digital form. Who scammed you are people who were and are promoting Bitcoins. They have created programs around Bitcoin. Mr. Abundance is not promoting another coin. Mr. Abundance is promoting the Abundance Community Coin as the CEO and founder. That is what I am promoting. And so this is not a program built on a program. This is the real deal. And we are saying, based on our infrastructure, our leadership, based on what is about to happen. Come here, I say to you, what did not happen in 1 year in TACC, you will be amazed and marvel of what will happen in 7 days in TACC. Some of you will be scattering. I am giving you, and I cannot say much. I am trying to, as it were, respect certain protocols that I am aware of. I can only say this and no more. Put your house in order. And some of you who have 5 coins, you should have 10. Those of you who have 100, you should have 2. Those who have 1,000, you should have 2. Those who have 10,000, you should have 20 because you can afford it. Let us be that bridge. Let us be that bridge between the pandemic and government. Because there's a gulf. There is a gulf that this pandemic will create when it's finished. That if we, the TACIAN, do not fill that gap, it will be weeping and gnashing of teeth for us. And so as I bring this to a close, yes, good evening. Mr. A, yes, good evening. South Africa, yes, good evening. Isaac, good evening, Chief Abundance and all the TACIAN worldwide. Thank you from Ghana. Yes, good evening. As I bring this to a close, Cindy, an abundant greeting, Mr. Abundance, all the way from NZ. Stay blessed and safe. Where is N? Is that New Zealand? Okay, good. Yes, New Zealand. Okay, good. Biobola, good evening, Chief Abundance and the TACIAN General, Beja from Belgium, saying the sky is the beginning for TACC. Thank you very much, sir. No one is going to bring you financial freedom. They have not brought it before COVID. COVID was designed to wipe out all small businesses. So you only have the rich and the poor. A lot of narrow-minded leaders are using cryptocurrency to do the same. They are giving people who have billions opportunity, and those who have none, they buy it from them. And so they're still trying to maintain the status quo, even in a digital currency. Digital currency that came to level the playing field. Everyone in TACC can be a millionaire next year. I said everyone in TACC can be a millionaire in dollars. Show me the country, if they really mean good for the citizen, would not want their citizens to have $1 million. Would it not help the economy? I'm asking the question. And so I just want to thank all of you. This is Mr. Abundance coming to you from Abuja, the federal capital of Nigeria.